So after the passing of a midnight Eastern deadline, Canadian National and Canadian Pacific Kansas City ordered lockouts. Already, pickets are coming up in Vancouver and Calgary. Work stoppages have never occurred at those railways at the same time. So to sort this out, let's bring in Anis Hadari, who is following the story for us. So Anis, with the talks having just broken down, what precisely do we know at this hour?
We know that around 9,300 workers between both Canadian Pacific Kansas City and Canadian National are locked out at this point. The companies and the same union for both, the Teamsters, they've clearly been unable to come to a deal after a really long and fractious bargaining process. At some points, both sides couldn't even agree on what they disagreed about. The union said CPKC wanted to weaken rules protecting workers from fatigue, but the company said its offers didn't compromise safety. The Teamsters said CN wanted more power to order workers to relocate across Canada, but the company said that relocation would be voluntary. The federal government had rejected demands from both of the railways and from business groups to eliminate even the possibility of this labor dispute by forcing both sides into binding arbitration. But earlier today, the federal labor minister said absolutely not to that. Now, the Teamsters have said they remain at the bargaining table, but at the same time, all of their workers are locked out, Adrienne.
Okay, so that's the story of the workers, but Anis, the impacts of this will be felt in so many ways by Canadians everywhere. Can you walk through what they should expect in the morning?
Yeah, this is a massive railway disruption. In the short term, more than 30,000 commuters on certain lines in Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal may not be able to grab their train of choice because some of those passenger trains operate on lines that need CPKC staff. Via Rail loses a route through Sudbury. Businesses are going to find shipping very seized up in the morning. Half of all Canadian exports take the train in some fashion. And it's pretty critical for goods at home, too. On top of consumer products like, let's say, foods, chlorine, which is needed for drinking water treatment, moves by rail, and it cannot move by truck or by ship. There are estimates that the economic damage is tens of millions of dollars each day. If this is only a short dispute, businesses might be able to make up for that once it's resolved. But the longer this lockout, the heavier the damage. And it's really hard to estimate what that would be because, as you mentioned, we've never seen both CN and CP off the job at the same time, Adrienne.
And presumably a one-day stoppage doesn't take one day to resolve. So this could pile on a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Anis Hadari watching this for us in Calgary tonight.